one of the challenges that we often face as a PE teacher is how do we engage students of such a wide range of ability. Some of the students have learning needs, learning difficulty, then they have different motivation level. For me, right, one of the easiest way to understand how to make a classroom more inclusive is to first understand the concept of cognitive load theory. So for example, right, this is our working memory. Working memory is the space in our brain that all learning takes place. So for example, we practice, we take in information from our teacher. Then after that, in this working memory, right, we try to form connection based on our prior experience. And then we process the information, and then new information is formed, new connection is made, and then all these are put in our long-term memory. That's how we learn something. But we need to understand that this kind of learning does not always take place. For example, let's say we are teaching basketball. Then we have some students who have very poor basketball experiences. So when they enter the class, right, they have a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. For example, they may feel like, oh, what if later I cannot shoot the basketball too heavy? What if my friend judge me? What if later I cannot contribute in the game? What if my teacher make fun of me? What if my friend judge me? And then sometimes the student, before they come in, they also have other issues, such as their teacher scolded them. They find it very difficult to learn in the previous lessons. So when they enter the class, they already have a lot of things in their mind. They already felt very overwhelmed by a lot of the stress. And then we still give them many information. For example, later when you do the basketball shots, I want you to remember this 4 acronym, BEEF. B, I want all of you to bend your knees before you shoot. Then E, I want your eyes to be focusing on the rim. And then E, I want your elbow, your wrist, and the rim to be in one straight line. And then and F, make sure after you shoot, right, I want you to follow through. So actually every letter in the acronym, the student need to process the information to try to understand what does it look like, but how do they do it, and then plus all the stress that they are already in. So it can actually cause this overloading of the working memory, and when the working memory is overloaded, we call this cognitive overload. And usually when there is cognitive overload, usually there will be these 2 responses, which is the fight or flight response. Fight can be, the student may be very angry, the student may blame their friends, may complain about the sports. Hey, why must we learn basketball? Hey, why are you like that? Why are you not queuing out? So they may get very agitated throughout the whole practice. Flight response could be they're just standing there, they refuse to try. They don't want to even make that first attempt. Then when we look at them, we think they are not motivated, they are not interested to learn at all. Yeah, so if we really want everyone in the class to be motivated, right, we need to try our best to do a lot of things during the lessons to remove their cognitive load. So for example, if we want to tell them what to do, right, try not to give so many things. BEEF can be a lot of things to think about. So try to make it simple, like for example, give them just one learning goal. Like later when you want to shoot, I want to see the flight of the basketball look like a rainbow, okay? Look rainbow, okay, go and try. And then I want to remind all of you that mistakes are normal. So I don't want to see anybody make one mistake and then you start to judge yourself. If you think that you cannot shoot, try to stand nearer a little bit, try to use a lighter ball. So every time you assure the students, every time we help the student to anticipate the problem and then we tell them what they can do to overcome those problems, right? We are actually helping them to remove the cognitive load. And then sometimes we tell them like, just believe in yourself. I believe that everyone can learn, can achieve the learning goal if you practice. So we are just removing the load bit by bit. It makes the environment safer, and then it makes them feel more assured, more confident of themselves. That's why we always talk about self-efficacy, self-belief, right? All these are very important factors that will affect the inclusivity of the classroom. Then also when they are practicing, right, every time they make a mistake, they may worry about people judging them. So every time they make mistakes, all these are additional load, additional stress, additional anxiety. So as the students are practicing, right, we need to be very mindful to keep on affirming the student of their effort. Hey, good job, well done, mistakes are okay, just pick up the ball and try again. So every time we assure them, affirm them, every time they're improving, we tell them they're improving, we tell them what they have done that's right. So we are just slowly removing all the stress. Hopefully they have a lot more space in their working memory to process the information. Hopefully they can learn, they can see more success. The more successful they feel, the more motivated they become. So we need to understand that inclusive classroom is not about modifying a task or having 3 different sets of tasks. Yes, they are part of the many things that we do that makes the student more confident about themselves. But we still need to say a lot of things to the student to make them believe in themselves, to make them embrace their mistakes. Hopefully they feel more confident and hopefully we develop their self-efficacy.